Why did Allah create these? The heavens, the earth. What would happen if He didn't create us? What would He lack? If we humans didn't exist, what would happen now? All those debates and discussions, if none of them existed, what would Allah lack? If all of Europe didn't exist, would Allah lack anything? If America never existed, would Allah be incomplete? Allah created all these, all humans, jinn, angels, celestial realms, worlds, all species afterward, to manifest His power. To show what kind of Allah He is, how powerful He is, He created. He created to show you how helpless you are, how you can't do anything. You can't even chase away a fly. Why did He create the fly then? To show His power. If it stings you, you'd be ruined. Allah created to realize what had passed through His will. Because what did Allah will? He willed to create Cübbeli Ahmet. How do we understand this? From the fact that I have been created. He willed to create you. He willed to create those who are listening to me. How do you understand what Allah willed? You understand it from being created. Since you are created, without Allah willing, attaching His power, creating and inventing, who would invent you? It means that you were willed, because in eternity, whatever Allah willed to create, whatever decisions He made, He brought them into reality. In eternity, He already knew that, for example, on the 25th of Shawwal in the year 1384, Ahmed would come into the world. When the time came, He brought it into existence. Allah has such a will for everyone. He also fulfills it. When the time comes, because Allah already knows the exact time He will create and bring into the world. Then that knowledge comes into practice. That's the matter. In eternity, Allah uttered words and decreed decisions. There is a well-known hadith, and Imam Zarruq also includes this hadith in his book. It has no chain of narration, but its meaning is authentic. All the people of Tasawwuf unanimously mention this hadith. I was a hidden treasure. That is, no one knew me, so no one could pray to me, plead with me, worship me, and thereby benefit themselves. I loved and desired to be recognized and known because I was unique. I created creations so they might know me, recognize me, and worship me. Thus Allah, to demonstrate His power, His eternal words, which are these: I loved and desired to be recognized, known, worshipped, mentioned, thanked, and praised. These decisions, the eternal, true, and fixed words, were brought into existence. Allah did not create His servants because He needed them or because He required them. For example, would Allah have you sweep His house or have someone else cook His meals? Allah is free from eating, drinking, sitting, and standing. What need would He have? He created everything. Hence, not out of necessity or need for His servants, but because in eternity He desired to declare His power, to create friends, to create enemies, and as a result of these wisdoms, to create the paradise for the friends, to will the creation of hell, and He created all of them. I have only created jinn and humans to worship me. Allah existed in eternity. Nothing existed with Him. In the preserved tablet, in His own presence, in His spiritual realm, He wrote down the names of everything, what they were created for, what would be created, when they would be created. He wrote everything. If you exist now, it's because you were in that writing. So what's the reason for your being created? That you were known to have been created in eternity. Therefore, the reason and cause for everything, the answer to why was this created, is simply that it was created. There was nothing with Allah. What do we understand from this authentic hadith? Everything besides Allah is created afterward. Everything has a beginning, a starting point. Because when Allah existed in eternity, nothing was with Him. His attributes and actions are an exception. They are inseparable from Him. I introduced myself to them and they recognized me. If we had not been created, how could we have recognized him in the realm of nothingness? Thus, he brought us into existence and introduced himself to us. May our Rabb not deprive us of knowing him according to the creed of Allah Sunnah. I created jinn and humans for no other purpose than to worship me. Ibn Abbas explained this verse as, to know me, because without knowing him, proper belief cannot exist. Without proper belief in his attributes and actions, the acts of worship cannot be valid and acceptable. Thus, the entire matter revolves around knowing Allah correctly, according to the creed of Ahl as-Sunnah, with his names and attributes. What meaning does this hadith also give us? Why did I create them? Not so they could become masters, nobles, or commanders, but so they could belong to me, be my servants, and be my slaves. Because Allah is free from seeking perfection, all perfection belongs to him. Yet, to demonstrate his power, to make his dominion and sovereignty manifest, he created these countless worlds, celestial realms, humans, jinn, and angels, not because he needed them, or because he had tasks for them to do, or because he had any need for them. In the sacred hadith, Allah states, I created creation so that they may benefit from me, so they may attain the honor of knowing me, and so they may enjoy eternal blessings in the hereafter. There is no eternity in this world, but the blessings of this world lead to eternal blessings. If you can attain paradise through this world, so that they may benefit from me, not to profit from them, not to make them work for me, not to gain benefit for myself, I am free from all that. I create everything. I did not create to profit, but so they could benefit from me, says Allah.